The doorbell rang like a gunshot in the quiet suburban house, jolting me from my half-asleep state on the couch. I wasn't expecting anyone. My boss, Rebecca, had assured me the place would be empty for the week while her family vacationed in Florida. But there stood an older man, rugged and weary, fumbling with keys that didn't fit the lock anymore, his eyes widening in shock as he saw me through the glass door, realizing his own home had become a stranger's domain. I opened the door cautiously, my heart pounding. "Can I help you?" I asked, trying to sound authoritative despite being just the house sitter. He stared at me, his face a mix of confusion and irritation. Tall, broad-shouldered, with salt and pepper hair and lines etched deep from years of something unspoken. "Who the hell are you?" he barked, pushing past me into the foyer. "This is my house. I'm Tom Harlan, Rebecca's father." My stomach dropped. Rebecca had mentioned her dad was out of town indefinitely, separated from the family after some vague issues. But here he was, unannounced, dragging a duffel bag that smelled faintly of motel rooms and regret. I explained quickly. "I'm Alex Rivera, 28, Rebecca's assistant at the marketing firm in downtown Chicago. She'd asked me to house sit because I lived in a crappy apartment and could use the extra cash, plus I was reliable, or so she thought." Tom grunted, tossing his bag down. "Well, plans change. I need a place to crash. You can stay or go, doesn't matter to me." But it did matter to me. I'd come out to my family years ago, only to face rejection that still stung. And now I was stuck with this gruff stranger who exuded the kind of old-school masculinity that made me uneasy. Little did I know, this intrusion was the spark that would unravel secrets buried deep in this perfect-looking home. As the evening wore on, Tom rummaged through the kitchen, pulling out a beer from the fridge like he owned the place. Which he did, technically. The house was a classic two-story in Oak Park, with manicured lawns and family portraits lining the walls. Rebecca smiling with her husband and kids, Tom absent from the recent ones. I tried to make small talk. "Rebecca said you were traveling for work?" He shot me a look that could curdle milk. "Something like that. Divorce papers came through last month. Ex-wife changed the locks without telling me." His voice carried a bitterness that hinted at more, but he clammed up, turning on the TV to some baseball game. I retreated to the guest room upstairs, but sleep evaded me. The house felt alive with tension, every creak amplifying my anxiety. Around midnight, I heard footsteps in the hall, then a door opening, the study, I thought. Curiosity got the better of me. I slipped out, padding quietly downstairs. The study light was on, and through the crack, I saw Tom hunched over the desk, sifting through drawers. Papers scattered everywhere, old letters yellowed with age. He didn't notice me at first, but when he pulled out a bundle tied with string, his shoulders slumped. I should have left, but I froze as he unfolded one, his face softening in a way that didn't match the man I'd met. The letter was from a man named David. Intimate, affectionate words that leaped out even from my distant view. "My dearest Tom, the nights without you are endless." It hit me like a freight train. Tom was gay, or at least had been in love with another man. This pillar of suburban normalcy, Rebecca's dad, hiding a life that mirrored my own struggles. He caught me then, his eyes flashing with fury. "What are you doing?" he snarled, stuffing the letters back. I stammered an apology, backing away, but the damage was done. That night, as I lay awake, I wondered if this was fate's cruel joke, throwing two hidden souls together in a house full of lies. The next morning, breakfast was awkward. Tom avoided my gaze, slamming cabinets as he made coffee. Couldn't hold it in. "About last night. I didn't mean to pry." He froze, then sighed, sitting down heavily. "Those letters are from before. Ancient history." But his voice cracked, betraying the lie. Over the next hours, bits spilled out. He'd met David in college, a secret affair that lasted years, until societal pressure forced him into a straight marriage. "I thought I could bury it," he said, staring into his mug. "But it ate me alive. Cost me my family." I shared my story, coming out at 22, losing my parents' support, scraping by in a world that still judged. For the first time, Tom's eyes met mine with something like understanding. As days passed, the house became a confessional. Tom had returned to reclaim some belongings, but stayed because going back to his empty apartment felt worse. We talked late into nights, about the shame of hiding, the weight of expectations. He was 52, a construction manager who'd built a life on denial. I saw the toll, the drinking, the isolation. One evening, as rain pounded the windows, he admitted, "Seeing you here, young and out, it makes me regret everything." His vulnerability stirred something in me, a connection beyond pity. But warning bells rang. He was my boss's dad, twice my age, and this was dangerous territory. Tensions built when Rebecca called. "How's the house?" she asked cheerfully. I glanced at Tom across the room, mouthing, "Don't tell." "Fine," I lied, my voice steady but heart racing. Hanging up, Tom nodded thanks. "She'd freak if she knew I'm here." That lie bound us, a shared secret that deepened the intimacy. I caught myself watching him. The way his hands moved with quiet strength, the rare smile that lit his face. Was it attraction? Or just empathy? Either way, the air thickened with unspoken possibilities. By week's end, a storm hit literally. Power out, we huddled by candlelight. Tom opened up more. David's death in a car accident 20 years ago. The grief he'd never processed. Tears glistened in his eyes. I reached out, touching his arm. "You're not alone anymore." He looked at me, really looked, and in that moment, the line blurred. No kiss, no touch beyond that, but the spark ignited. As the rain eased, I knew we'd crossed into something irreversible, with prices we'd both pay dearly. The following days blurred into a fragile routine, the house a cocoon shielding us from the outside world. Tom decided to stay longer, claiming he needed to fix some things around the place. Leaky faucet, creaky stairs, but I suspected it was the conversations that kept him. We'd sit on the back porch, watching the neighborhood kids play, and talk about the lives we wished we'd lived. "I envied guys like you," he confessed one afternoon, nursing a soda instead of beer for once. "Out and proud in a world that's changing." I laughed bitterly. Changing? Tell that to my dad, who hasn't spoken to me in 6 years. Our stories intertwined, weaving a bond forged in shared pain. But cracks appeared. Tom's ex-wife, Marlene, called him repeatedly, her voicemails escalating from concern to anger. "Where are you, Tom? The kids miss you." He deleted them without responding, but I saw the guilt etch deeper lines on his face. "I walked out on them," he admitted. "Couldn't pretend anymore after David." I pressed gently. "Have you told Rebecca the truth?" He shook his head. "How do you tell your daughter her dad's a fraud?" The word hung heavy, echoing my own fears of being seen as broken. Attraction simmered beneath the surface. A brush of hands while cooking dinner sent jolts through me. His gaze lingered longer, filled with a hunger he'd long suppressed. One night, over takeout pizza, he asked about my past relationships. "Anyone special?" I told him about Jake, my college boyfriend who'd cheated, leaving me wary of trust. "Sounds like he didn't deserve you," Tom said softly, his eyes locking on mine. The room felt smaller, charged. I changed the subject, but the pull was undeniable. Then came the first confrontation. Rebecca texted, "Coming home early. Flight lands tomorrow." Panic surged. Tom paced the living room. "She can't find me here like this." "Like what?" I wanted to ask, but knew. Disheveled, vulnerable, sharing space with her gay assistant. We cleaned frantically, hiding traces of his stay. But as we worked side by side, tension boiled over. "This is insane," I snapped. "You're hiding again." He whirled on me. "You think it's easy? I've lost everything once." His voice cracked. "Being with David cost me my youth. I can't lose my daughter too." The argument escalated, words like daggers. "You're a coward," I accused, regretting it instantly. Hurt flashed in his eyes. "And you're naive kid. The world isn't rainbows for everyone." He stormed out to the garage, slamming the door. I sat alone, chest tight, realizing my words stemmed from my own unresolved anger. Hours later, he returned, apologetic. You're right. I've been running. We talked till dawn, peeling back layers. He admitted the letters were his lifeline. Reread in moments of despair. I shared my journal entries from coming out days, raw and honest. In that vulnerability, something shifted, empathy deepened into affection. But betrayal loomed. The next morning, as I packed to leave, Tom found my phone buzzing. A message from a friend. How's the hot dad situation? I confided vaguely, never naming names. He read it, face paling. What is this? Accusation laced his tone. I explained, but trust fractured. You think this is some fling? He demanded. I'm not your experiment. I protested, but he withdrew, walls rebuilding. As Rebecca's car pulled up, he slipped out the back, leaving me to face her alone. Everything okay? She asked, eyeing the spotless house. Yeah. I lied again, the weight of deception pressing down. Alone that night in my apartment, I replayed it all. Tom's number lit my phone. Sorry. Need time. Relief mixed with ache. Days turned to weeks. Work became awkward. Rebecca praised my house-sitting, oblivious. But I missed him, the talks, the understanding. Then, a package arrived at my door. One of David's letters with a note from Tom. Read it. Understand why I'm scared. The letter detailed their love, the societal backlash, David's plea for Tom to come out. It ended with heartbreak. If we hide, we die inside. Tears blurred my vision. Tom's fear was justified, but so was my push for truth. Emboldened, I texted him, meet me. We rendezvoused at a quiet park in Lincoln Park, benches overlooking the lake. He looked older, weary. I can't do this halfway, I said. Neither can I, he replied, taking my hand tentatively. It was our first real touch, electric yet terrifying. We walked, discussing the risks, age gap, family ties, judgment. Rebecca would fire you, he warned, and disown me, but the connection outweighed fears. We decided to try, secretly at first, meeting in hidden spots. Yet pressure mounted. My best friend, Carlos, noticed my distraction. Who's the guy? When I hedged, he pressed. Be careful, Alex. Older men come with baggage. His words echoed doubts. Meanwhile, Tom faced his own demons. Marlene demanded a meeting about assets. She suspects something, he confided. Always did. The secrecy gnawed, turning sweet moments bitter. One evening, in a diner booth, he whispered, I love you. The words slipping out unplanned. I froze, then reciprocated, but joy was tainted by the lie we lived. The first major sacrifice came when Rebecca invited me to a family barbecue. Bring a date if you want, she said casually. I declined, citing work, but guilt churned. Tom attended, our eyes meeting across the yard in stolen glances. Later, he texted, this hurts. Did for both. The decision loomed. Tell or end it. But ending felt impossible. He'd awakened parts of me long dormant. The barbecue aftermath hit like a hangover. Tom called that night, voice strained. Seeing you there, pretending. It's killing me. We met at his apartment. A stark contrast to the family home, bare walls and unpacked boxes screaming transients. We talked for hours, weighing options. If we come clean, Rebecca might understand, I suggested optimistically. He scoffed. You don't know her. She's traditional like her mom. But beneath skepticism, hope flickered. We agreed to test waters subtly. Tom would reconnect with Rebecca, gauge her views on LGBTQ issues. Days later, he reported back over coffee in a Wrigleyville cafe. Brought up a gay colleague at work. She was supportive, but abstract. Encouraged, we grew bolder, stealing weekends away. A trip to Lake Michigan's shores, hands intertwined under stars. This feels real, he murmured, pulling me close. No explicit intimacy, but emotional depths plunged. Yet shadows lurked. My parents called unexpectedly. Dad's voice cold. Heard you're still single. Good. The reminder of rejection fueled my resolve to fight for us. Conflict escalated when Marlene confronted Tom. Who's the new person? she demanded in a heated call I overheard. He'd slipped, mentioning plans. None of your business, he retorted, but she dug. Is it a man? Like before. Silence, then hang up. Tom paced, furious. She'll tell Rebecca to spite me. Panic set in, we debated damage control. Deny it, I urged, hating myself, but he refused. No more lies. That night, he drafted an email to Rebecca, coming out fully. I can't send it, he admitted, deleting it. The indecision tore at him. Betrayal struck from an unexpected angle. Carlos, worried, snooped my phone during a hangout. Tom Harlan? Your boss's dad. Horror dawned. This is messed up, Alex. Age difference, power dynamics, it's wrong. I begged discretion, but he shook his head. If you won't end it, I might have to intervene. Friendship strained. I felt isolated, questioning my choices. Was love worth alienating allies? Tom faced his own trial. At a construction site, a coworker joked about fags in the office. Tom snapped, defending vehemently. Rumors spread. His boss pulled him aside. Keep personal stuff out. The subtle discrimination revived old wounds. See why I hid? He said bitterly that evening, as we walked Chicago streets. I nodded, but pushed. Hiding perpetuates it. Our debates grew heated, exposing moral rifts. He saw caution as survival. I viewed it as cowardice. The turning point came mid-month. Rebecca announced a promotion for me, senior assistant. You've earned it, she beamed. But guilt twisted the joy. Sleeping with her dad felt like betrayal. Tom celebrated with me privately, but tension simmered. You deserve better than secrets, he said. Then, a knock. Marlene at his door, uninvited. We need to talk. She eyed me suspiciously. Who's this? Tom introduced me as a friend, but her gaze sharpened. Rebecca's assistant? Interesting. The confrontation exploded. Marlene accused Tom of repeating past mistakes. You destroyed our family once with that man. Now this boy. Words flew, her pain raw, his defense fierce. I loved David. And now Alex. The admission hung, shocking us all. Marlene stormed out, threatening to tell Rebecca. Tom collapsed, sobbing. It's over. I held him, whispering assurances, but doubt crept in. Had I pushed too far? In the fallout, we separated briefly. I threw myself into work, avoiding Rebecca's questions about my distraction. Tom met with a therapist, unpacking decades of repression. Texts kept us connected. Miss you. Me too. Reconciliation came via a letter I wrote, echoing David's, pouring out my fears, love, commitment. He showed up at my door, eyes red. Let's face it together. But society bit back. At a firm event, whispers about my lifestyle surfaced. Anonymous tips, perhaps from Carlos. Rebecca pulled me aside. Is there something I should know? I deflected, but paranoia grew. Tom faced worse. His son, estranged, called. Mom says you're with a guy. Disgusting. The rejection crushed him. My kids hate me. We consoled each other, but the toll mounted. Sleepless nights, anxiety spikes. Pivotal decision arose. Tom proposed moving away, starting fresh. California, where it's easier. Tempting, but it meant abandoning my life, career. What about Rebecca? I asked. He shrugged. She'll cope. The choice divided us. I wanted to fight here, he to flee. Arguments ensued, revealing core differences. You're idealistic, he accused. You're defeated, I countered. The rift widened, love straining under pressure. Yet, in quiet moments, we reaffirmed. Picnic in Grant Park, sharing dreams. I want a life with you, he said. But reality intruded. A text from Rebecca. Dad's back in town. Family dinner soon. The noose tightened. We braced for impact, knowing one revelation could shatter everything. The family dinner loomed like a storm cloud. Tom agonized over attending. If I go, secrets spill. If not, I'm the absentee dad. I urged honesty. Tell them about us. But fear paralyzed him. Not yet. Compromise, he'd go alone, test waters. I waited anxiously in my apartment, phone in hand. Hours later, he called, voice hollow. It was a disaster. Marlene hinted at everything. Rebecca had probed. Tom deflected, but suspicion brewed. Backlash hit swift. Rebecca cornered me at work. My mom saying crazy things about Dad and you. Denial stuck in my throat. It's complicated, I admitted vaguely. Her face hardened. If it's true, you're fired. Family first. The ultimatum stung, years of loyalty erased. I left the office reeling, calling Tom. We have to come clean. He agreed reluctantly. We planned a meeting with Rebecca, neutral ground, a coffee shop in the Loop. The encounter was explosive. Rebecca arrived fuming. Explain. Tom started haltingly. His past with David, suppression, divorce's true cause. Then us, Alex and I. It's real. She stared, disbelieving. You're joking. He's half your age. My employee. Accusations flew, manipulation, betrayal. You used my house? She yelled at me. I defended. It happened naturally. We love each other. She laughed bitterly. Love? This is sick. Storming out, she cut ties. Don't contact me, Dad. And Alex, you're done. The fallout devastated. I lost my job, resumed tainted by scandal. Friends distanced. Carlos apologized but said, told you. Tom faced worse. Kids shunning him, ex-wife vindictive in court over assets. I sacrificed my family for this. He lamented one night, as we huddled in his apartment. Guilt consumed me. Was it worth it? I whispered. He held me. You are. But doubt festered. Social prejudice amplified pain. Neighbors whispered. Tom's job suffered. Clients pulling out amid rumors. Homophobia's alive, he said grimly. I applied for jobs, facing rejections laced with bias. Your personal life. Interviewers hinted. Isolation bonded us, but resentment brewed. If you'd come out sooner, I snapped during an argument. If you hadn't pushed, he retorted. Blame shifted, eroding trust. A betrayal cut deep. Desperate for income, I freelanced, but a client recognized me from gossip. Heard about you and that old guy. Humiliated, I confided in an old flame who offered sympathy, and more. I didn't cheat, but the emotional lean tempted. Tom found texts, misconstruing. Replacing me already? Hurt led to accusations. You're young. You'll move on. The fight peaked. Maybe I should. I yelled, regretting instantly. Reconciliation followed tears. We're all we have, he said. We sought therapy together, unpacking traumas. Sessions revealed depths. Tom's internalized homophobia, my abandonment issues. Progress was slow, but breakthroughs came. Forgiving pasts, embracing futures. Yet another blow. Tom's health faltered. Stress-induced hypertension. Hospitalized briefly, he reflected. I've paid dearly. Lost kids. Job stability. Visiting, I saw fragility. We'll rebuild, I promised. Discharge brought resolve. He'd fight for custody visitation. Come out publicly via a blog post. No more hiding. The post went viral locally, drawing support and hate. Messages poured, encouragement from strangers, vitriol from bigots. My awakening mirrored. I reached out to parents, letter detailing my life, love. No response, but catharsis freed me. We moved to a small apartment in Andersonville, Chicago's gay-friendly neighborhood. Community embraced us, support groups, events. But scars remained. Rebecca's silence hurt most. Tom dreamed of reconciliation. Tensions resurfaced when a job offer came. For me, in New York. Better opportunities, I said. He encouraged, but fear laced his words. Go if you must. The choice tour. Stay for love or pursue career. Debates raged. Don't sacrifice for me, he urged. But I saw his plea, don't leave. In the end, I declined, choosing us. We'll make it here. Joy mingled with regret. Was it right? Society judged. Articles dubbing us controversial couple. Friends debated our story online, morals clashing. As months passed, glimmers of hope. Rebecca emailed, "Need time, but thinking." Tom's kids softened slightly. We built a life, simple dates, shared dreams. But the prices paid lingered. Lost relationships, shattered illusions. One evening, watching the sunset over the city, Tom asked, "Regrets?" I shook my head. The pain shaped us. Yet, inwardly, questions swirled. Had our choices been selfish or brave? Life in Andersonville brought a semblance of normalcy, but the undercurrents of drama persisted. Tom threw himself into advocacy, volunteering at LGBTQ centers, channeling pain into purpose. "If I can help one kid avoid my mistakes," he'd say, eyes alight with newfound fire. I supported, attending events, but work struggles continued. Freelance gigs paid bills, but instability gnawed. "We could move where it's cheaper," I suggested. He resisted. "This is home." Family rifts deepened, then mended in fits. Tom's son, Mike, 25, reached out hesitantly. Heard about the blog. Confused, but want to talk. The meeting was tense, coffee shop neutrality again. Mike grilled. "Why now? After abandoning us?" Tom explained, voice steady. "I was broken. Loving David, then hiding, destroyed me." Mike softened, admitting curiosity about his dad's past. No hugs, but a promise of more talks. Rebecca remained distant, but Marlene relented, allowing grandkid visits. My own family silence broke unexpectedly. Mom called, "Read your letter." Dad's stubborn, "But I miss you." Tears flowed. Reconciliation tentative, but seeds planted. "Bring Tom sometime," she added shyly. Hope surged, but caution tempered. Old prejudices died hard. Social conflicts flared. At a pride event, protesters heckled, signs blaring, "Age gap perversion." Tom shielded me, but words stung. "Ignore them," he said, but I saw the toll. Online trolls targeted his post, dredging past. "Fraud father." He withdrew temporarily, depression creeping. I coaxed him back. "Your story inspires." Indeed, emails from closeted men poured in, thanking him. Moral dilemmas peaked when a documentary producer approached. "Your journey. Coming out late. Intergenerational love." Tempting exposure, but risks loomed, further family alienation, job impacts. We debated endlessly. "It could help others," I argued. "Or destroy what's left," he countered. The choice we declined, prioritizing privacy. But was it right? Sacrificing visibility for peace felt like retreat.
Betrayal resurfaced via Carlos.
He apologized profusely, admitting jealousy tinted his warnings. "Saw you happy, envied it." Friendship mended, but trust scarred. Tom's coworker, once discriminatory, came out himself, crediting Tom's bravery. Ironies abounded, pain birthing progress. High drama hit when Rebecca appeared unannounced at our door. "We need to talk." Heart pounding, we invited her in. Tears streamed as she confessed. "I was angry, scared, but reading Dad's blog. I get it now." Hugs followed, forgiveness tentative. "The age thing weirds me out," she admitted. "But if you're happy." Tom wept openly. "I love you, kid." The reunion healed wounds, but she set boundaries. No work ties. And take it slow with the grandkids. With barriers crumbling, our relationship solidified. We adopted a dog, symbolizing commitment. Walks in the park, domestic bliss amid chaos. But reflections haunted. Tom's health scare prompted will updates, naming me beneficiary. "You're my family now." The gesture moved, but underscored mortality. Awakenings culminated in a quiet ceremony. Commitment vows with close friends. No legal marriage yet, but promises exchanged. "Through betrayals and battles," Tom vowed. I echoed. "For the prices we've paid." Joy overflowed, but undercurrents of loss lingered. As time passed, normalcy settled. Tom reconnected with construction, advocating for inclusive policies. I landed a stable job at a progressive firm. Society's gaze softened, Our story became anecdote, not scandal. Yet, controversies lingered in quiet moments. Did we prioritize love over duty? Hurt families for personal truth? The debates raged internally, echoed in discussions with allies. In the end, as we sat on our porch, watching the world go by, the journey felt worthwhile. But one question persisted, sparking endless reflection. Was coming out and pursuing this love a courageous act of authenticity, or a selfish disruption that unfairly burdened those around us?